myself this time. So Timelocke's pretty cool, right? Welcome guys back into Timelocke. If you I guess I should start down here for a second and not run up there. But if you have not saw the last couple episodes, we've done a lot of progress on the top. And I'm gonna show you real quickly if you didn't see it, because I had a voiceover last time, and the episode before that I was kind of just breaking stuff. But here is what's going on up here. We decided to drop the roof down by 2, get rid of the stairs, and as you see, we now have logs here, so this has more of a shape, more stuff. Now we have a room over this way, so this is the big thing we worked on. We now have this central room right here. The waterfall, yes, the same waterfall goes all the way down. It perfectly bisects right through the middle of this door, so that was super cool. Then the last thing we got is this, which leads up to here, where the base will continue, where I have ideas. I've actually been laying out cobblestone and stuff like that. Let's head that outside and plan a couple other things. This moved in by 1, meaning that the pathway actually extended. It used to end here, now it ends there. More on that. Um, Plans for stuff to do is this is going to get redone real most likely, and terraforming has started, as you can see right here. Started with a tiny bit on this side, and then also on the other side, we got terraforming. I even broke down that right there, that little hill that we had there for a while. But today, I kind of want to work on this middle area and kind of get a vibe for what I want to do. So yeah, let's head back up there. I really need an easier way to get up in there, but we'll find one eventually. I'm gonna just this for now. Short and sweet, easy way to get in. And so now we head up here. So the idea I had last episode, which is I kind of want this to be like you can walk over glass right here, and then this you can just dip down and look at trees and animals and stuff like that. So the big thing I'm trying to figure out is how big I want this to be. I don't want it to be crazy big actually. I was starting with like I was starting all the way out here, and then well the thing is I was breaking 2 blocks. I was like, it's not that big. It's like as big as the central room, but it's gonna be longer. So I think I am gonna just cut these 2 blocks in and leave it like this, so that we can use this spacer ability. I also cleaned up this area, so this you can't see the guts of the inside of there currently. But so the big thing on my mind is, let's say that we do this. This will just be temporary blocks for now. Let's say that we run it out like this, and it has this area. We then need to find a way for this land to naturally drop down far enough to where the trees are probably another 3 blocks lower than this realistically. So the idea in my head is if this is the corner of it, we just got to worry about the inside of here looking good. So what we probably should do is begin by having the area drop here. Get rid of. I think this was originally meant for me to terraform up, funny enough, all of this. I'm going to cut it to here. It's funny how plans change so just suddenly and quickly. So if we cut it there, shovels, we'll need to make a couple more. We're going to tear through some shovels with this project. So if we, oh, literally, so yeah, my idea is if we start cutting this down here, we can then have it easier to get down even farther into this. Because the big thing I've been thinking of is how well steep I want this to be, and that's what I'm not really sold on yet, is how I want how steep the steepness of it. which is fine because as long as we start laying out the main blocks for it, it'll get easier. I want to also make sure the insides of these things are torched up for if mobs spawning levels change over time or anything, just so we are ready. That is really weird how I don't have a block here. So just out of, keeping things even, I'm gonna do that. It'll probably drive me or somebody nuts just walking by that, seeing that uneven. So we get this area down to here. Want to then continue this out so that it keeps a semi-even roundness around here. Okay, cool. So that leads down to this, which then means if we do want to, I guess all those blocks that we just broke could just put back and just have this circle around it. Well, I don't want to go too far out because I don't know what the plan for the area is yet. And if I don't want to just go down all the way down there when I don't even have this built yet, because this will determine where we go off from here. So as you see, if we stay here, these would hit there. So I at least probably want to drop this. Okay, what room is this? Okay, so welcome into us breaking into yet another room. This is where the kitchen was gonna be. Okay. Now we need to be, I guess, mindful. Crap. Everything is so just interconnected on accident. So, guess we're gonna head down here and think. Also think I broke a torch on the other side of this. Okay. So, not really expected was there to be a room here. But yeah, no, I've planned on having a kitchen here for a while and having the living room across the hall. Which is funny enough how they're not evened anymore. Yeah, so because this is just empty for us to build the rooms into, and we kind of just haven't went any farther with it. I feel like breaking the sign right now. Okay, so yeah, we are gonna have to. So let's break out corners of those corners there so we can get some type of idea on where to put down area and where it has to be. I don't know where I was going. I don't know if why I thought this was that. So that means that's this area. Meaning, see, this is exactly why I didn't do all that terraforming. If I would have done all the terraforming out to there, then I realized this didn't work, then I would have had to stop and fix everything. So it's good to do slight bits to get ideas before you start more. Yep. I'm generally a little annoyed now because that's going to throw a major wrench into things. I mean, obviously, last time I didn't know what to do. This room was born, so obviously, waiting on or coming up with a good idea is always the plan. So, man, no, This has generally got me stumped on what to do here. It sucks it's nighttime because I don't want to be running around too much. I like how tall this is compared to all of that now. Makes it feel just completely unnatural. I mean, it is unnatural, but it just has a funny look to it being just that tall up. Okay. This to here to probably about here is going to be the room. Oh, I was pretty darn close. Um, oh, it's a little farther over. Okay. Can't give myself too much credit here. So, this is where the room is from there to there. Okay. Well, it's not the end of the world. It just is, dead in the middle of where we want it to be. So, let's somehow make it so there's a hill for just these few blocks. But then it would look really weird dropping down by it. Okay. No, yeah, I'm having to use a lot of my brain here. I'm gonna have to break these trees realistically, no matter what. Unless, okay, well, now that I broke the trees, crap. Um, the only possible safeguard for this is if we don't break the trees, but I kind of, unless we don't drop the layer down. But in my mind, at the very least, I want to have the trees lower. I don't want them touching the glass. How close are we to the house, and how many burnable objects are there? Let's be careful about this one. This could be very bad. We're safe, and it burns the other one down. Perfect. One light of the flint and steel. This will be a feature I definitely do miss. I don't know when it disappears. It's probably alpha, honestly. Oh, does that cook the chicken? There's no chicken yet. Okay. So, if we dropped all the layers around it, so that means do some stuff like this. Drop these layers down. Make an interesting design just because of the fact of us going around it. It could just make a curved type of thing, if you get what I mean. Okay. It couldn't be curved. It would have to be like a semicircle-ish. We would have to curve it out like this. We're gonna need a couple more shovels. Could honestly just be making this whole thing a lot worse, and I realistically will not know until I'm too far gone from this whole thing. But oh well, you can't be scared of messing up, or I just won't do anything. So I'm gonna do something and then figure out what to do from there. Best bet. Now have it looking like this, which strange. Very much is just strange. But I'm trying to keep an eye out for these skeletons as I'm So, bigger room. So if that goes there, it needs to go out. If we're gonna do two more, I don't know if this is odd or even though. 6, 7, 10. So let's practice there and move it that way. Yeah, and if it's odd, you can do some more interesting designs like pillars to the middle and stuff like that. That definitely could work. That means yeah, this is not going well. This is not going well at all. I don't even know what to say to this. This is just a failed episode. Which is good because you don't only show success, you gotta also show when you mess up. At least the sun's coming up too, so it's gonna be brighter again. This freaking room. It is in the perfect spot that it messes everything up. Now, is there ways we can navigate around this room? And so the idea in my head would be level could drop down like a staircase, like it could be one lower, which could be possible if we act like this is the roof, whatever block we end up making the roof. Okay, I have my torches everywhere on that top layer. Almost too many torches, honestly, looking at everything. If we drop this down here, there's nothing here. Good. Yeah, so my best bet is we literally drop this room down by 1. And look, we found iron that way. Maybe we would have found it anyway, mining the floor out, but they don't have to know that. Okay, so then that I don't want to do too much. I'll just break enough that there's a good enough idea. Okay, so then staircase here. Drop this down. We'd also have to mine one more block down though for the actual flooring. This could be the level of the room. It could definitely have a different look, and then this one can be flat with it, so we can just have a kitchen. It's drop down to the kitchen, which also then means that's more design principles to think about at a different time. But I think this should be a good compromise. I never put the second bucket back. I need to. Wait, I'm literally standing next to the buckets. Look at that. I don't need bucket inventory. I literally can't save you for anything. You take damage if you land in water, which is very unrealistic. In real life, if I fell out of a plane and I landed in water, I'd be fine. That means then, if we run over here and drop this down 1, because there's certain places we still won't be able to drop one to? Like, no, we actually can drop here. Because we will then just place all of this with dirt. Yeah. I think this is gonna be we're gonna have to end it because I generally need to think on this a little bit more. I was hoping to definitely get a little bit more progress than this, but hey, it's all part of the process. You gotta have fun with it. There has to be some issues with it somewhere down the line. Yeah, because this just means they'll just be one block, or unless we put the saplings in the floor, and then they can be 2 blocks lower. Or even a little over here dips down slightly more, and you can even put some water, a little pond, stuff like that. So, okay, I got some ideas. Should this will be it for this time, and I'll see you guys next episode. Hopefully by then we can make some better progress on this, and then finally start our alpha bucket list and get off the last 4 or 5 things I want to do before we update. So that's all for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.